Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Yes, sir. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, all right, all right. All right. Let's see here. All right, all right, all right. Just getting ourselves all set up today. How's everybody doing today? How was your Thanksgiving, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving and hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Thank you, DVL Moms, for the water. Mm. Ooh. Ooh. It nourishes me. Yes, the water. All right. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just getting myself all set up today. I'm just getting all set up right now. Getting all the announcements ready to go. All the announcements. Give me 1 second. All right. There we are. All right. Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Black Friday, had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, apparently, it's supposed to be a half day. So we're going to be chilling out, doing our thing. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. All right. Getting ourselves all set and ready. All set and ready. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Let's get this over here. All right. 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. Get everything all set up here. All right. There we go. There we go. Hang on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second, 1 second. One sec. Oh, what's... Ooh, let me fix this right here. This right over here. All right. There we go. There we go. Let's fix this over here. All right, all right, all right. There we go. There we are. All right. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease here. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Little technical difficulty there, a little bit. All right, but we're here now. We good. All right, good. All right, let me double check. Make sure everything's working here. There we go. There we are. There we go. There we go. Boom, right there. Okay. Share this over here. Bot right there. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's check and see if we're all set and good on the YouTubes. We're live on the YouTubes. I think we're live on the YouTubes. Let me see. Come on. Open faster. There we go. All right. We're live on the YouTube. Everything's good. The audio's good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. All right. There we are. Oh, hold on. Just got to fix one thingy. I had the little glitch with the description. Gotta fix that little glitch with the description. It always does that little thing there. All right. Let me see. All right. There we go. All right. There we are. All right. There we go. Boom. Set that up there. And finally, let's see if we're live on the Twitch. Are we live on the Twitch? Perfect. We are live on the Twitch. All right. Good. All right. All right. There we go. Perfect. Get rid of this. All right. Perfect. All right. There we go. All right, let's get to this intro started here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that little bit of technical difficulty. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. And sometimes she likes to get shot out the cannon and she goes, wee! Other times she likes to go and eat some turkey on Thanksgiving. And then to top it off, she likes to call some wonderful stocks and steal my low mean. She goes to the stock market. She finds them ABCDs. I'm talking wonderful stonks like SMX, ADTX, and BEAT. We call her Divya Moms. Hey! All right. So that's what we got going on, folks. That's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. So before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, so be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out as well our limited time only Black Friday special. We have a Black Friday special going on, ladies and gentlemen. So, basically, with this lovely little Black Friday special, we have a special where you could try out our Discord for the first month, 50% off for a limited time only. So the link to join that is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. You're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got going on, folks. That is what we got going on. So let's take a look over here at some stonks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at SMX. SMX is over here. Currently a little bit expensive in terms of price. It is 31 bucks per little go there. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. 31 bucks per share. So you know what I mean? It's a little bit pricey for a stonk, but it does have something going on there. It did move up, it gapped up a little bit just above the VWAP over here, then kind of fell down below, dropped a little bit, and then made another drop over here. Kind of formed a bit of what you would consider to be, hold on, right over here, a little bit of a descending wedge right over, yeah, right? Little bit of one right here. All right, and then it started to curl up just a little bit over here, and then finally created a bit of a pennant right over meow. So we got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. So right here, we got the amazing little thing here. SMX needs to break the pennant right now. Needs to break the pennant for it to be so much maxi to meow. That's what it needs to do right here. That's what it needs to do. Bop right here. All right, let's get this over here. Open this up. Bop right there. All right, SMX needs to break the pennant and hold above the VWAP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on right there. Let's take a look at ADTX. ADTX currently had a little bit of a climb up, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a climb up there. Hold on 1 second. 1 second right here. All right, a little bit of a climb. Little tiny one. Let's see here. All right, so ADTX had a bit of a climb, and then afterwards just fell below the VWAP right there. So right now, not really too schmexy. It did have a nice climb upward, though, but then basically fell down below over here and fell below the VWAP. So ADTX needs to break back above the VWAP, needs some volume. ADTX needs volume to break above the VWAP for it to be so much maxi to mya. That's what you need to do right there for ADTX. That's what ADTX needs to do. It needs to break above that VWAP. Otherwise, it's just not schmexy to mya. Let's take a look at WAI. Let's see how WAI is doing. Very choppy, low volume, not looking too schmexy. Has unconfirmed Q3 earnings coming up in 11 days. from now on to December 9th. All right, so we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Needs to break above the VWAP. Also needs a lot of volume. So WAI needs volume to break the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. There we go. Boom, right there. All right. So that's what we got going on right there, folks. That is what we got going on. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got over here. All right, somebody requested MBOTs. MBOTs, but before we do that, let's take a look at BIYA. BIYA, Baya, right there. All right, had a little bit of a price spike on some low volume and then proceeded to kind of just go back down a little bit. So it popped and then it dropped. So it had a bit of a right there. All right, so it had a little bit of that going on right there. A little bit of a panic going on right there. Not looking too schmexy because it is on low volume, ladies and gentlemen. Had a price spike on low volume, but then proceeded to drop down on low volume as well. BIYA needs to break the pennant and the VWAP with some volume. Needs to do that for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. All right, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at BEAT. BEAT currently climbed its way on up a little bit. Bop right there, and bop right there. Has a bit of a descending wedge going on right over there. So needs to break above the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Otherwise, just man, you know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. All right, so BEAT needs to break above the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Needs to break that VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. BEAT needs to break the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Let's take a look at SMX. SMX still needs to break that pennant right there. Still needs to break that pennant. SMX, it is the leading gainer. However, it needs to break the pennant for it to be so much maxi to mya. Otherwise, it's You know how it goes. Somebody requested MBOT. Let's take a look over here. All right, MBOT, very, very choppy, very, very consolidated. Slightly moving up on very low volume right now, so we'll see what happens here. But currently, right now, it is moving upwards slightly on very low volume. So MBOT, moving up slightly on low volume. Now, normally with those low volumes, at least in my opinion, the low volume stocks that move up, they tend to be traps. But we'll see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. All right. Let's see how Baya is doing. BIYA. All right. Baya is now climbing its way back up, climbing its way on up right now. So it is starting to climb up a bit right now. The volume has increased somewhat, I've noticed. And it's on a steady increase in terms of volume. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party. All right, let's get a share party, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 200. Let's get to 200. Come on now. Yes. Yes, right there. You know what I'm craving, man? I'm craving a turkey sandwich soon. Yes, sir. All right. So, BIYA currently doing its thing, climbing its way on up slightly. BIYA on the uptrend as volume slowly increases. All right. BIYA doing its thing right there. It's just doing its thing right there. Volume is now 5 million instead of 656,000. All right. Float is still high at 10 million, but BIYA is trying to climb its way on up right now. It's trying to move on up. We'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. WAI, what's WAI doing? Up, still below the VWAP, not looking too schmexy to mya. All right, there we go. WAI below the VWAP still. All right. So we got that going on right there. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what else we got over here. What else we got? What else we got? Let me at him. Let me at him. All right. All right. So let's see about AVGO. Somebody said AVGO. All right. AVGO below the VWAP, very choppy, looks terrible. So not looking schmexy. Very, very terrible stock. Fell below the VWAP, very choppy, almost barcoding. Almost. All right. AVGO below the VWAP. Very low volume. Needs to break the pennant right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But it does have some Q4 earnings that are confirmed for in 13 days on the 11th of December after the market closes. So we got that going on as well, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. So let's see here. Let's just see. All right. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our special where you can try out our Discord for the first month, only 50% off for limited time only. This is a Black Friday special, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff is going to be going out soon. So, within Black Friday, get that package, ladies and gentlemen. Get it. Get it, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me when I tell you, get it. Because your first month is going to be 50% off. You get this scanner, you get the news, you get all this amazing stuff. Not only that, but you also get the access to the wonderful, amazing, indelible community. All right. And you also get access to just wonderful people all around. You get access to all that good stuff and more. You get access to the ticker tape. You get access to the clickable links, which give you access to all the information you need to know about the stock market, the scanners, everything, ladies and gentlemen. You get access to all that for just half off on the first month. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm like a super saiyan right now. All right. Or if you get the Wealth Builders package, you get everything that's included in the real-time alerts and scanners, plus more. All right, you get access to exclusive Wealth Builder content, exclusive Wealth Builder picks. You get access to exclusive Wealth Builder educational content. You get access to Coach Nick and myself directly. And to top it off, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you just get all sorts of cool access, and not to mention both of these deals that we got going on for the indelible page for the real-time alerts and scanners and the Wealth Builders. They're all both 50% off. So be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, for the first month, 50% off for the first month, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's what you got going on. 50% off for the first month, ladies and gents. Be sure to check that out because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, limited time only for Black Friday. So get it. Get it, ladies and gentlemen. Link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. Yes, sir. Get it, get it. You know what they say in Florida. They say, "Don't stop, get it, get it." Yes, sir. Don't stop, get it, get it. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get the 500. Let's get the 500 people, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now let's see what else we got going on over here. What else we got? What else we got? Let me add them. Let me add them. All right. Ooh. MJ says, "How are you, my friend? What do you think about RPGL stock?" All right, we'll take a look at RPGL right now then. I'm doing well, by the way. Doing very well. Blessed, and I hope you're doing well too, man. I hope you're doing well too. Let's take a look at RPGL. RPGL. All right, so RPGL, very, very choppy. Lot of indecisive wicks going on here. It is above the VWAP. I'll give it that. It is above the VWAP, but it is very choppy. Very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks, which indicates low volume, which is not schmexy. That is not schmexy. We don't want low volume. We need some volume for the stock to move. Otherwise, man, you know what I mean? It ain't too pretty. You know what I mean? So, as of now, it's not overbought or oversold in the RSI. It is down 1%. Q3 earnings that are unconfirmed for 11 days from now on to December the 9th before the market opens. So, currently, these Q3 earnings are unconfirmed and coming on the 9th. Allegedly. We don't know if they are actually coming on the 9th yet, so we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see. But as of now, the stock is very low on volume, ladies and gentlemen. Very low on volume. Let's see if there's any news for it. Is there any news? There's news that came out 2 days ago that Republic Power Group shares are trading lower after the company announced it received a delinquency notice from the NASDAQ. So it doesn't have much good news as of now. Needs some good news and needs some volume for it to really be so much Mexi Tumya. RPGL needs some good news and needs some volume. All right. So RPGL needs volume and a good catalyst to be so much Mexi Tumya. Needs that. It is above the VWAP, though. I'll give it credit, but it needs that. Otherwise, those indecisive wicks are not going anywhere. At best, people don't make money. At worst, they lose money. You know what I mean? So it be like that with those types of stocks. You know what I mean? It'd be like that. It'd be like that, in my opinion. So let's take a look at SMX. SMX currently with this stock right over here. This stock is one of the stocks that, boop, right there, currently needs to break the pennant over here for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So SMX needs to break through that pennant. Like, it's been trying to break through the pennant, really, but it's not getting there yet. You know what I mean? It's not there yet. You know what I mean? Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 500. Come on now. All right. So let's see about another stunk over here. Let's take a look at WAI. WAI. All right. WAI. All right. Still below the VWAP. Still not schmexy. Needs volume. All right. WAI still needs volume for it to be so much Mexi Tumya. All right. SMX. What's SMX doing again? SMX. Come on. Come on. All right. Come on. SMX. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. All right. So SMX hit 94%. Again, it sometimes is just trying to knock on that top area of the pennant. So we'll see what happens. SMX, can it break the pennant? SMX, can it break the pennant? Let's see. We'll see what happens. Pineapple Investing says, got good feelings about Cook, YGMZ, and IVP today. Well, let's take a look at Cook right here. So Cook right over here has it doesn't have much volume. Doesn't have much volume right now. Plus, the 90 MA did diverge away from the VWAPA at the time, then proceeded to kind of do a nosedive over here, just down below the 90 MA to the VWAP. Then sort of curled its way on up slightly. It really just had a bunch of indecisive wicks and gapping going on. So a lot of indecisive wicks and gapping for the stock as of now. Was a bit overbought on the RSI, and then became oversold in the RSI, and then kind of just went back up a little bit. And now on the RSI, it's a little bit indifferent, but that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on for this stock. So COOK, I hope it does good, man. I hope it does good, but it needs a lot of volume. COOK needs volume to break the VWAP for it to be so much Mexi to me. They're my Black Friday bargain bin buys. Yeah, man. There you go. There you go. All right, there we go. All right. Also, you mentioned YGMZ. Let's take a look at YGMZ. All right. So Mingzhu Logistics Holdings. This is a China stock. I could tell just by the name alone. Mingzhu sounds Chinese. So normally it's because Zhu is a Chinese name normally. So there you go right there. So let me see over here. All right. Currently, this stock is on a bit of a downtrend as of now, but can it break above? We'll see. We'll see. It did move up a little bit on a doji candle over here. climbed its way on up above the VWAP, but then collapsed back down below it. So it needs to break this downtrend over here, and then needs to break this VWAP right over here for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. So YGMZ, again, needs some volume, down 3%, but let's see what we got going on. YGMZ needs to break the downtrend and needs volume for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what else we got. All right. We're back. IVP. IVP down 5% right now, currently below the VWAP. A lot of choppiness in this stock as well. So right now, as of now, this stock is kind of moving downward a little bit, moving down a little bit right there. So we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens. But right now, needs to break this little descending wedge right over here. Needs to break above the VWAP. Right now, it's not overbought or oversold in the RSI, so that's a good thing, but it is down 5%. Let's see if it's got any news. Does it have any news? Let's see. IVP does not have any news that's recent, but it does say here that it did face a NASDAQ delisting threat, so it's got that going on right there. A little bit worrisome in terms of news. Doesn't have any good news that factors in here, so we'll have to see what happens. It needs some good news, and it also needs some volume to break that VWAP right there. So IVP needs a good catalyst and volume to break the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. All right, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens with that stonk, but let's take a look at something else right now. Let's take a look over at BIYA. Somebody requested BIYA. Baya. All right. Baya currently climbed its way on up right now. Climbed its way on up. Bop right there. All right. And then proceeded to form a bit of a pennant right over here. So BIYA needs to break the pennant and needs to break above the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. BIYA needs to break above the VWAP for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. All right. Let's see. All right, so as of now, BIYA, I will give it some support and resistance lines over here. Let's get some support and resistance lines over here. Bop right there. And bop right there. Has to break above 39 cents, which is the high a day, for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. Has to break through 36 cents as well, but looks like right now it fell below the VWAP. So BIYA needs to break above the VWAP and needs to break the pennant. BIYA. Ooh, SMX parabolic. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of parabolic. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of money. Oh, yes. I look away for 5 seconds and SMX is up 113%. The new bagger. Yes, sir. All right. SMX new bagger. SMX new bagger. Up 113%. All right. There we go. All right. BIYA needs volume to break the VWAP and the pennant. There we go. Yes, sir. All right. SMX still going up. Hold on, let's take a look at SMX right now. Oh my. Climbing its way on up right now. Broke through the pennant. Now up 117% is the high. So we'll see what goes on here. SMX up 117%. New bagger of the day. Called it on our private Discord, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, all right, all right. There we go. So, we are all set right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. SMX had a nice move up 117%. 117% right there. Hold on. Let me get a piece of paper. Little piece of papel. You know what I mean? Little piece of papel. You know? You know what I mean? All right. Let's see here. All right. Let me get a pen. There's the pen. Good, good. Good, 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 good. All right. So, SMX up 117%. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So, yes, SMX, let's actually zoom out just a little bit so we can get the support and resistance line over here. A little bit of support and resistance. Bop right there and bop right there. All right. All right, all right. There we go. Get that over here. Make the numbers a little bit bigger as well so that it's easily, people much more easily able to see it. Currently, it's holding above 32.24. Needs to break through 39.26 for it to be somewhat schmaxy to mya. Yes, sir. But it looks like it's trying to curl a little bit slowly but surely. So I'm going to keep an eye on SMX, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep an eye on SMX. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 800. 800, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to 800. 800. Let's get it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, currently SMX needs to break through 119%, 117%, excuse me, for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, what other stonks we got going on today? What other stonks we got going on? SMX being one of the wonderful stonks over here. Called it earlier in the morning. Earlier in the morning. Right there. Let's see how BIYA is doing. BIYA. How's BIYA doing? BIYA currently still below the VWAP, still below the VWAP right there. BIYA still below the VWAP, still beneath the pennant. Still needs to break the pennant. BIYA still below the VWAP and needs to break the pennant. All right. So let's see what we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So ADTX currently another stock over here. 13 million float or 13 million volume. Float is 501K. So let's see how ADTX is doing. ADTX still below the VWAP, needs to break through. ADTX still needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. All right. ADTX still needs to break the pennant and the VWAP for it to be so much Mexi to meow. SMX 125%. SMX. Oh my. I look away for 5 seconds and already you're back up again. SMX new high of day up 125. SMX new high of day up 125%. 125%, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. All right. Yeesh. All right, all right, all right. All right. There we go. There we go. Woo! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, SMX climbed up nicely, 132% now. 132% now. Oh my. 132%. All right. SMX 132% right there. Boom, baby. There we go. SMX climbed up 132%. And we vibing right now. We vibing with SMX, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party, share party, share party. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 people, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on now. All right. Ooh. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Currently, the high is $40.65. Low, the resistance is 40.65. Support is at 33.30. Needs to hold above support for it to be so much maxi to mya. So now, let's see what it does, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what it does. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, as of now, SMX is currently holding. It's just falling now. It's falling now. Oh, well. But it did have a nice move, though. Did have a nice move earlier. Did have a nice move. 132. 132. I'll give it credit. It ran up to 132. 132, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Let's take a look at KTTA. KTTA. KTTA ABCD pattern, ladies and gentlemen. ABCD pattern. All right. All right. So, KTTA currently on the ABCD pattern right there. KTTA on an uptrend off the ABCD pattern. Now forming a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails. Has a 7 million float, 28 million volume. Can it continue, ladies and gentlemen? We shall see what happens. I mean, that's 4 times the float. That right there is 4 times the float right there. You know what I mean? All right. So, we're just chilling right now, doing our thing. Just doing our thing. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,100. Come on now. Let's get to 1,100. 1,100. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, there we go. There we go. Currently, KTTA was moving up on the ABCD. Was moving up on the ABCD, but then fell below. Ladies and gentlemen, fell below. So right now, currently, KTTA needs to break above, needs to remain friends with the trend, truthfully, for it to be so much maxi to mya. Otherwise, it's just going to be meh, You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. Needs to remain friends with the trend for it to be so much maxi to mya. KTTA needs to remain friends with the trend. All right. So we got that going on there. Let's see what other stonks we got cooking up on the hopper. What else we got today? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. No, let me see. Let me see. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what other. Let's take a look at the fan favorite ASST. ASST. Let's take a look at ASST real quick. ASST, lots and lots of consolidation. A lot of barcoding still. ASST. ASST, lots of barcoding. Lots of barcoding and needs volume to break the channels. You might be asking yourself, well, where are these channels? I'll show you. Let me show you. All right. So, as of now, currently, let's take a look over here. Boom. And here. Boom. And boom. All right. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, ASST needs to break that consolidation. And these channels over here for it to be so much schmexy to me. ASST, not looking too schmexy to me. Not looking too schmexy to me. Let's take a look at another stock. Let's take a look at BYND. BYND. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 1100. Come on now. All right, BYND looks like it's got some barcoding of its own and needs to break the pennant and VWAP. So we got that going on as well. BYND barcoding needs to break the VWAP and the pennant. Ladies and gentlemen, needs to break the VWAP. It needs to break that pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. All right, let's get that share party going. Let's get to 1200. Let's get to 1200, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 1200. Come on now. All right. All right, let me get some water in me. Give me a second. All right, so here we are. So let's take a look at another stunk over here. What other stunks we got? Somebody asked for GME, GameStop. All right, GME. I used to love going to GameStops growing up, man. GameStops were cool, man. Those were always fun to go to. No, GameStop, power to the players. You used to get the ever read Game Informer? That's a good one, man. I used to go to GameStop. I used to read the Game Informer. Now you just look on the internet, obviously, but before, back in the day, man, they gave you the magazines, right? You read through them. It was so cool. You were seeing some of it. There was a lot of reading and stuff. Some people they just like, yeah, you know what I mean. They didn't care about the reading. They wanted to see like the little pictures of the gameplay, the new games and stuff, which I can't blame them. It's not a lot of people care about the whole thing, but if you're a lore guy like me when it comes to video games, then yes, you will do all the reading, especially if it's a game you're interested in. You know what I mean? Otherwise those games are man, you know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. GME up 3%. Unconfirmed Q3 earnings due in 11 days on the 9th of December after the market closes. So we got that going on as well. GME currently, as of now, is below the VWAPA. Below the VWAPA, needs to break above the VWAPA. But right now it's below the VWAPA. The VWAPA now $22.30, so it needs to break through $22.36, $22.39, $22.57, and $22.86. And has to hold above $22.24 for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, as of now, GME needs to break the VWAP. Needs to break that VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, needs to break above that VWAP. And now we got 20 minutes to the bell. The bell. It deafens me. You know what I mean? The bell. Yes, sir. All right. So, as of now, currently, we are just chilling out, waiting for the bell. But yeah, what you guys buy this Black Friday? Did you guys buy anything? Are you guys planning on buying anything? What you guys planning on getting? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Hopefully, you guys are planning on getting the Discord for the first month for 50% off for a limited time only. Because hey, this offer is a once in a lifetime offer. We don't normally do to check it out. Check out that Discord for the first 50% off for the first month for a limited time only. That's our Discord, ladies and gentlemen, right there. So you could get access to the amazing market movers, the scanners, the ticker tape, news, etc. You get access to the amazing community filled with very, very wonderful people. I mean, yeah. You getting all that. You know what I mean? All you got to do is click that link. Get the rest of just get the program as well as the membership for 50% off the first month, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 1400. 1400. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So, right now, GME needs to break above the 2236 mark, 2239, 2257, and 2286 for it to be so much maxi to mya. Let's take a look at ABVE. ABVE. All right. Let me actually just put here GME needs volume to break the VWAPA for it to be so much maxi to mya. Let's take a look at ABVE. ABVE. All right. ABVE currently a little bit choppy in terms of its wicks, but then created a major price spike on low volume. Major price spike on low volume, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what time it is. Oof. All right. So ABVE. ABVE price spike on low volume, ladies and gentlemen, low volume. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. So, that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on. All right. So right now, we're just chilling out, relaxing, getting ourselves all set up and ready, for Black Friday. It's going to be a half day today, ladies and gentlemen. I actually don't know if it's going to be a half day on Monday. I don't think so. Yeah, regular day on Monday. All right, I figured. All right, so yeah, you guys are going to be, we're going to be trading and chilling. You know what I mean? Have a half day, and then after that, once that's done, do some Black Friday shopping. You know what I mean? Do some Black Friday shopping. Normally for like Christmas and stuff, Merry Crim. And then, me personally, I got some good stuff planned, man. I was gonna do this yesterday. I was gonna decorate the tree yesterday, but you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I ate so much turkey, I ended up falling asleep. Like you get that. Hey, man, say what you will, but you ain't never gotten a good sleep unless you wake up drooling and you got like the little ever sleep on a mattress like in a certain way that you're like practically like you wake up with like little what's it called, little indents on the arm like from the mattress and stuff like that. Sometimes like it doesn't happen all the time, but on occasion, like if you really just like you know what I mean, you're gone. That's how you know you got that good sleep right there, man. I tell you what, Because I had so much turkey. I had a drumstick, you know what I mean? Had a drumstick, had some of that turkey, the white meat, right? And it was amazing. It was amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It was delicious, delicioso. You know what I mean? Try to sneak a bite of that turkey. Well, just before they carve the turkey, you know what I mean? Try to sneak a bite. My mom smacked me in the hand with the chancleta. But I tell you what, that turkey was good. And DBL Moms outdid herself. Yes, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, that turkey was amazing. What do you guys normally have for Thanksgiving dinner? You know what I mean? Me personally, I like to just chill out with some nice, delicious, obviously turkey, right? You get the turkey, right? We get the mashed potato, you know what I mean? The mashed potato. We get the gravy, obviously. You get the stuffing, right? We do like a green bean casserole, you know what I mean? We got all that good stuff. It's so delicious. It's so delicious, especially the way DBL Moms makes it. DBL Moms just makes it like a champ. ABVE moving. Let's take a look at ABVE. Ah, ah, come on. ABVE, come on now. ABVE trying to move right now. Trying to move. ABVE. I don't know who puts like cranberry on their turkey. I never understood that. That was like kind of weird to me. Like people could put it on like toast, but like turkey. Hey, oh, it adds a tangy flavor. No, 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 no. Turkey is supposed to be, savory and delicious, not sweet. That's weird. Unless it's like a honey roasted turkey. But like that's kind of like a whole different thing. Not like turkey the way it's made on like a Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? I mean, some people make it like that. It's a little weird. I heard of like one thing where like somebody takes like a duck and puts it in like a pig or something, and then puts it in a like a turkey. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Me personally, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do all that. I just keep it simple. Turkey. You know what I mean? I just chill with the turkey. That's about it. And yeah, I eat a lot of turkey and then poof, out cold. There we go. And trust me, you get the best sleep of your life on Thanksgiving. I tell you what, DBL Moms and Mama Money and Coach were watching the football game. Coach decided to chill, watch his show, right? And I was just out cold. That was it. That was the whole show, ladies and gentlemen. That was it, man. I tell you what, though. That was that good sleep right there. That was a good sleep. Yes, sir. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as of now, currently, we're just watching ABVE. ABVE. Keeping an eye on it. Keeping an eye on ABVE right now. So, yeah. All right. Let's take a look at YGMZ. YGMZ. Let's take a look at YGMZ. YGMZ currently trying to curl a little bit off of that downtrend, but then fell back below the downtrend. So still on the downtrend, quite frankly. YGMZ on a downtrend. Not looking schmexy, kind of trash, not gonna lie. YGMZ. Let's take a look at someone requested BITF. BITF. BITF slightly curling a little bit, but not really. Again, had a move upward and then dropped like a rock and then climbed up a little bit, dropped like a rock, and climbed up a little bit. Then it's going to probably drop like a rock. I mean, it's one of those things like, meh, you know what I mean? That's just one of those things, you know what I mean? One of those little things there. All right, let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party. Come on now. But BITF currently doing its thing, climbing up slightly, a little bit, teeny tiny bit, not too much. Not looking schmexy. You know what I mean? Not looking schmexy. All right. So, yeah, right now we're just chilling, keeping an eye on BITF. BITF. Yeah, yeah. All right, so BITF currently on the uptrend right now. All right. So BITF chilling right now, sort of climbing its way on up a little bit, sort of climbing a little bit. BITF slowly climbing. All right. BITF slowly climbing. Yeesh. All right. So we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. All right. So BITF doing its thing there. OTLK. Let's take a look at OTLK. Someone requested OTLK. Looks like choppy trash. Not gonna lie. Looks like choppy trash. No volume. Little to no volume on the stock. OTLK. Low volume. All right. So OTLK. Low volume. Needs to break the VWAPA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Low volume, though. Looks like trash. Not going to lie. All right. Let's see how KTTA is doing. KTTA. Drop like a rock after that ABCD. Somebody requested actually, let's take a look at ENTO. Let's take a look at ENTO. ENTO curling slightly, curled above the VWAP on low volume. So ENTO curled above VWAP on low volume. Low volume. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Here we go. So, as of now, we're just chilling here on Black Friday, chilling out, relaxing, all cool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see about CURX. 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 Let's take a look over here. By the way, we are 7 minutes out till power hour. Not excuse me. The bell. The bell. Not power hour. I'm so used to the power hour. All right. Yeesh. The bell. The bell. The bell. It deafens me. Not power hour. It's not power hour yet. We'll have that later. We'll have power hour later. You know what it is, man? It's the turkey. The turkey be getting to me sometimes. Yes. CURX currently needs to hold above the VWAPA. Has to hold above the VWAPA. But right now it's below the VWAPA. It's not very schmexy. Not a lot of volume. Very, 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 very bad. CURX not looking good. CURX low volume. Needs to break the VWAPA. Yeesh. All right. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Let me at him. Let me at him. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what we got going on in terms of CURX. Chris Tingle. I get the name. Says YGMZ. All right. Let's do it. YGMZ. All right, so YGMZ needs to break above this downtrend right now. Still on the downtrend. Tried to curl off the downtrend a little bit. It was almost there, but then fell back down. So YGMZ currently down 2% right now. 2%. YGMZ needs to break above the downtrend and the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Right now, it is leaning towards the oversold area right now. A little bit oversold, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. YGMZ needs to break above that downtrend. It needs to break above the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Otherwise, it's just man. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it goes. All right, so as of now, we're just chilling, keeping an eye on everything. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. All right. Chris Tingle gives us a little okay thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, hopefully you find a good stock to get some volume with. But right now, you know, me personally, in my opinion, I think volume is going to be a little low because it is Black Friday. Everybody's out right now. Which stores do you like to go to, by the way, on Black Friday, man? Me, I like to just go to I like to go to online stores, man. Usually, you know, if I need something like physical, I go to Amazon, right? Because you know, like it used to be like you go and wait. You know, if I need video games, I just go on Steam or Epic Games, right? Or like GoGo. There's one called GoGo or GOG or something, GOG, right? And you just use those, really. I mean, there's EA, right? Ubisoft. If you want to use Ubisoft, which I mean, depends on the game you want to get, man. I mean, me personally, that's just me though. Let me take a look at FMFC moving up on low volume. FMFC moving up on low volume right now. Very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks. Moving up. On low volume. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. FMFC does have unconfirmed Q1 earnings coming out on December 9th. So we'll see what happens there. It's coming out before the market opens. So we'll see what goes on, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. But, yeah. Minute and a half to the bell. The bell. It deafens me, the bell. Yes, good. All right, so, yeah. But me personally, I used to go to the GameStop, man. I did. I used to go to the GameStop, power to the players, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Let's get a share party going, by the way. Let's get to 2,100. 2,100. And by the way, be sure to check out our Discord for the first month, 50% off for a limited time only on our Discord. All right. 50% off for the first month. You get access to all the cool stuff. You get access to our amazing scanners, our amazing newsroom, our amazing community of very wonderful and supportive peeps. And of course, you get access to all sorts of other wonderful, wonderful things. So yeah. Be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check it out. So, as of now, FMFC is moving on the uptrend on low volume. So we'll see what goes on with this. We'll see what goes on. All right. So that's what we got going on right now. FMFC. The bell. Let's see how SMX is doing. How are you, SMX? The little running man. Come on now. SMX, still consolidated. Consolidated now. It was a little bit overbought. Now it's consolidated. SMX consolidating. Consolidation on low volume. All right. SMX consolidation on the low volume. Oh, looks like it's curling up a little bit again. 110%. Okay, 115, 112. Oh, okay. SMX starting to curl back up. Can it test the high again? Can it test the high? SMX curling back up on the bell. Baby. Yes, sir. All right. So, as of now, we're just doing our thing here. We're chilling out, watching for some stonks. But yeah, me personally, I like to get in on the GameStop. You know what I mean? I just chilling GameStop when I was younger. Get the Game Informer. DBL Moms was there with me too. She witnessed the rise of the doubles as a video gamer. Did you not, DBL Moms?
Yes.
Yeesh, you did. Remember when I used to get like Game Informers and stuff, you know? I used to like be all hype, you know. Oh my god, the new one came in. You know, it was like all hype and stuff. It was like Nintendos and stuff. Nowadays, I don't like. I have a GameStop near me, and the only time I ever go into that GameStop really is like if I need what's it called? If I need games for like my PlayStation normally. Like normally that's what I do. Like I'm pretty sure I got Ghost of Tsushima from there. I've got Final Fantasy as well. Actually, no, Final Fantasy I got off of Amazon. But I got Ghost of Tsushima from there. And there was one more game that currently is evading my memory right now. It was a good game too. Very good game. All right, but basically, yeah. You know, I get quite a few games from there. So like if I'm feeling like going local, I get it there. You know? But yeah, no, normally for Black Friday now, I just go on either Amazon if I need some physical stuff, right? Or Steam or something like that. Like I recently got Battlefield 6. It was on sale. It was on sale on Steam. Yeah, man. It be like that. Good game by the way. Very good game. Very good game. I tried it. I played the campaign. People complained about the campaign. They were like, me personally, I like the campaign. Truthfully, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. I like the storyline of it. It's very fun. You never get bored. It's very cinematic too because it looks like something straight out of a movie. DBO Moms, you saw it.
Yeah.
What did you think?
That was beautiful.
It was a beautiful game. Yeah, very beautiful. Very very colorful sometimes too. Right, so it'd be like that. But yeah, currently we are just chilling right now, chilling out. All right. Let's take a look at BEAT. BEAT beat. Currently climbed and broke the VWAPA. BEAT climbed and broke the VWAPA. BEAT broke the VWAP over there. So we got that going on. So yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're just chilling. We're just chilling right now. KTTA. Let's see how KTTA is doing. KTTA, we called this one a little bit earlier, and yeah, shot up like a rocket. Nice. Shot up like a rocket at 74%. KTTA. Called this one on our private Discord. KTTA. Shot up like a rocket. Call this one up on our private Discord. Yeesh. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Boom. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see how MFI is doing. MFI. CCCF says KTTA up on offering. Oh, they got an offering? Ooh, let's see. SC, let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, they did get a public offering. Oh, boy. Yep. Yeah, let's take a look at Beat.
It's beating it up.
Oh, my. Beat. For a second, I thought it was beat me up, Scotty. No, beam me up, Scotty. Beam, not beat. Stop making a fist, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty. There we go. All right, Beat is currently broke the VWAP. BEAT broke the VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Up 52%. BEAT up 52%. There we go. BEAT up 52%. Broke the VWAP. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Yeah, KTTA just came out with that news of a public offering, so it went up, but you know what I mean? Ain't gonna be up for long. Ain't gonna be up for too much longer if it's got a public offering. That baby gonna probably go down at that point. Let's take a look at Open. Let's see how Open is doing. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,400, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, ladies and gents. Let's get it. Come on now. All right. So Open currently shot up and then dropped down. A little bit of a pop up and then a drop down. You know what I mean? Not looking too schmexy right now. Open. It's a crowd favorite. Needs to break the pennant, though. Open needs to break the pennant. Open needs to break the pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy. To meow. KTTA moving. Let's see how it's doing. Again, up on a public offering, but moving. Up 87%. KTTA. Hey, look, I'm gonna enjoy this moving up while I can. You know what I mean? Up 91%. Climbing, baby. Yes. There we go. Oh, my. So we shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. Yes, sir. KTTA. Moving on up to the big time. Yes, to the deluxe apartment in the sky. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. All right. Yes, so right now, KTTA shot up a bit, then dropped down a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Yeesh. So right now we're just chilling right here. We are just chilling, keeping an eye on the stock market. Right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's take a look at ENTO. ENTO curled up above the pennant. Right now. Curled up above the VWAP, excuse me. ENTO curled above the VWAP. Nice. There we go. ENTO. ADTX. Let's see how ADTX is doing. ADTX trying to curl off that pennant, testing the VWAP a little bit. ADTX curling off the pennant to test the VWAPA. Would be so much Mexi to me. There we go. Yes, sir. Here we are. All right. Let's see what else we got. ONMD. ONMD. Let's see how we're doing here. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 50% off the first month. Be sure to check out our Discord for 50% off the first month, ladies and gentlemen. Black Friday. This is only available Black Friday, so be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. There's a one-day deal right here. One day. You know what I mean? One day. So, yeah, be sure to get it, ladies and gentlemen. Get it. Get it. 50% off, first month only. Only for Black Friday, man. This is a Black Friday exclusive. So, get it while it's hot. ONMD, by the way. ONMD, trying to climb up. Broke above the VWAP a little bit. ONMD. Let's see what goes on here. ONMD moving up above the VWAPA right now. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Let's take a look. All right, let's take a look at NXTT. Let's take a look at NXTT. NXTT moving up on low volume. That's what we got going on right there. NXTT moving up on low volume right there. Bop right there. All right, so we're just chilling right now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to the private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. Be sure to get this 1 month for 50% off the first month of you joining the Discord. Only 50% off, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to get it, ladies and gents, because once it's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's gone. All right, so once it's gone, it's gone. Be sure to check it out. Be sure to get it. You know what I mean? Do all that. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, much love. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, and have a wonderful Black Friday as well. You'll be seeing us a little bit later. We're going to be doing power plays. We're going to be doing the power plays stream right there. We're going to be doing the power play stream, where, of course, we basically have the Coachmeister General, the legend himself, hosting, right? And he's basically going to be doing a lot of, just chilling out, looking at the stonks, waiting for the power hour. You know what I mean? The power hour. Which, I don't know if we're going to have a power hour today, but, he's going to be chilling, doing his thing, I think. And, yeah, going to be playing some Fortnite as well as part of the power plays. So, yeah, be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out. And we'll actually see, because it is a half day, right? So, if not, you know what I mean? If we don't do that, which I think we might, but I don't know entirely. So, if not, be sure to check out, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on our X.com, aka Twitter, at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on Twitch at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. And of course, you can find us on our TikTok, Tiki Taki, aka the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, actually, I don't know if we're going to be having. I don't know if we're going to have power plays today, because there isn't any power hour. So I'll have to see. I'll have to see what happens there. So I cannot confirm nor deny, as of now, whether or not we have power plays today. I don't think we do, actually, because it is a half day. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. If we do, I'll see you then. If we do have that, it'll presumably be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Are we having power plays today?
No.
No, there's no power hour. Oh, there's no power hour. So, no power plays today. But I'll see you guys on Monday then. If that's the case, yeah. Just want to make sure. Don't want to double check. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Have an amazing Black Friday. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Take care of yourselves. Much love and peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Remember, you are indelibles. Leave your mark. All right? Because it is unerasable, it is unmistakable, it is indelible. All right, so be sure to check that out. I'll see you guys on Monday. Much love, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we will be back at it again with the grind. Have a restful weekend. Then, yeah, like I said, be back at